Hello, it's your boy Mr. CV. I'm back. I'm back with another special video, and I'm back on CV football. I'm going to talk about today's Premier League games, starting with Newcastle versus Chelsea. Big game today, and honestly, this game is a must-win game for one of the sides. A draw is not good enough for both sides, but a draw could just keep them in contention of it. But it's not good enough because one of them needs to win for their boost their Champions League position and to boost their Champions League hope as well. And especially Man City dropping points as well. They're only about 3 points behind Man City. Or no, actually, if they win, they go above Man City. So this is a big game and it's very hard to call because both teams are quite equal in terms of players. But honestly, it's a very hard game to call, and it could go either way. It could go 2-1 to Newcastle or 2-1 to Chelsea. So let's see. But at least Cole Palmer is back now. He's back playing better. So hopefully, and especially the goal he scored last week as well, hopefully that should give him more confidence. But this is going to be a tough game. So let's see how that goes. The next one is Manchester United versus West Ham. Over the years, West Ham has proven a tough team for most of the big teams. And Manchester United is not going to be any different. And I expect Manchester United to put a good show in, but I just feel West Ham could sneakily win this match 1-0 because over the years, players like Souček, Bowen, they've really stepped up. And I think Manchester United, West Ham could sneakily get a victory in this game, probably a 1-0 and then sit back. But Man United, like I always say in all my videos, when you have Bruno Fernandes, you have a difference maker and he could be pivotal in this game. But in this game, I'm calling it. I'm saying 1-0 to West Ham. 1-0 to West Ham. The next one is Nottingham Forest versus Leicester. Now, I'm expecting Nottingham Forest to win this game 2-0, quite comfortable. And they need to win this game because it boosts their Champions League hope again. And on top of it as well, Nottingham Forest just have to win. They have to win. Because if they don't win, they'll just keep slipping further and further from the Champions League place, which is not good for them as well. So hopefully they have to win. And I want them to win as well because I'm really rooting for them to finish in that top four, to finish in that Champions League place. Because they really deserve it. They really deserve it. Everybody knows that. But you don't deserve it by losing games. You deserve it by winning games. And that's what they need to do. Leicester, on the other hand, honestly, it's nothing really to play for. But they can play for pride. Like what Southampton did yesterday. Southampton could be proud of them. So I know it's a point, but they really put up a good show. And I've been saying it about Southampton as well, that since this new manager came in, they've been better. They've played better. They've had chances, but they're just not converting their chances. And Leicester, let's be honest, since Ruud van Nistelrooy came in, they've been worse. So if that's the case, they could have just probably kept Steve Cooper if that's the case, but it is what it is, and who knows. But Leicester, Jamie Vardy's having a party, so I hope Jamie Vardy goes to Wrexham actually, and then bring them back up into the Premier League, and then do another. Imagine he wins the league with Wrexham. That would be insane. That would be crazy. But let's see. But this game, I think, is too big for Leicester, and I expect Nottingham Forest to win it quite comfortable 2-0. The next one, Tottenham versus Crystal Palace, London derby. Honestly, Tottenham, yo-yo club. 1 minute they're very good, the other minute they're not good. I just don't understand with them. But they are in the European League, European Conference. That's a European League final. So should be really good, and that's really good for them. That's really good for their club, and they can win their first trophy in over 70 years. So, or is it 70 years or 17 years? I think it's 70 years. I don't really know what to say about them, but I wish them all the best. Crystal Palace, on the other hand, been absolutely fantastic. They're also in the cup final as well, in the FA Cup final against Man City, and I hope they win that cup final because number one, it's just good for the fan base, and number two, it's good for the club, and number three, it just makes football more interesting and engaging than always Man City and all the big club always winning. So I hope they do well, but honestly, they've been fantastic this season, and I hope they can finish in a European place as well, because they've been absolutely great. Mateta, Eze, these players have been really, really great this season. And this game, though, I think Crystal Palace will win this game. I'm calling it 2-1 or 2-1 to Crystal Palace. The next one is Liverpool versus Arsenal. I would have said a big game for Arsenal, a title decider, but no. Arsenal's lost the league again, and like what Patrice ever said, Arsenal is like Netflix. You're always waiting for the next season or the next episode, and that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. It is what it is. It's part of football banter. It's part of football culture. What do you expect? So, anyways, it is what it is. Now Arsenal have to give a guard of honour to Liverpool. They truly deserve it. And but it's a shame, because Arsenal should be the club to be getting that guard of honour, because the last 2 seasons have been absolutely terrific, but this season's not been good enough, and they're out of the Champions League as well. So I try to speak on a balanced way, because if you've been watching me, you know that I'm a big Arsenal fan. And but Liverpool, credit to Liverpool, well done to them, well done to Arne Slot as well. First season in the league, winning the league as well. You can't take anything away from him. And saying that as well, big up to him. So I wish them all the best. And but this game is going to be a tough game, regardless of them losing, regardless of them winning the league. And I think it's a game they won't want to lose. And players like Mo Salah, they definitely step up for games like these. And Arsenal as well should step up for games like these as well, even though you've got nothing really to play for. But still, they got to play for winning the Champions League space. So if they're not careful, they could end up going 4th or 5th. So it's a game they need to win. This game is a tough one to call, but obviously as an Arsenal fan, I want Arsenal to win. But I think Liverpool probably might win this game 2-1. So it's your boy, Mr. C. Have a fantastic day and take care.